Alright, guys, welcome to day one of this new live stream learning Power BI. So today is day one, and the goal is 100 days of learning created to learn the Power BI, the business intelligence tool, Microsoft Power BI. So on my previous live stream, I actually tried and completed learning SQL, which is SQL on DataCamp for 100 days. And it was an amazing journey. I learned a lot. I had a lot of experience. And right now, we are starting a new career track, which is data analysis in Power BI. And officially, we are starting today. You see, this is the data analysis in SQL. We are starting the next one. It is called data analysis in Power BI. I learned a lot in this data analysis in SQL, and I'm actually still practicing and honing my skills. Probably I'll still share some of the ways I've been trying to maintain those knowledge and actually put it into practice. But officially, we are starting the data analysis in Power BI today, and the goal is what? 100 days of learning. I want to try and cover all the topics here for the next 100 days, and after that, practice, and you solve a lot of problem from data set online. So that is the goal. So you are welcome officially to this learning journey with me. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know whenever I go live on the next day, which is day 2. The goal is to learn every day, but I may actually take a break, 1 day break, continue the next day. But if you don't want to miss anything, just put on the notification bell and subscribe right now so you won't miss it on the next day live stream. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm super excited. I didn't know what to say, so I just say it as it comes. So data analysis in Power BI, which also involve certification. So the goal is to learn how to master Power BI, one of the world's most popular business intelligence tools. So in this interactive learning part, which is co-created with Microsoft to pass the official PL 300 data analysis with Power BI exam. And sincerely, I have actually registered for this PL 300 data analysis with Power BI exam. So my goal is to take the lessons, master the most important concept that I need to pass the exam, and actually write the exam. I'll show you the registration. I think I have that open there. I think I have my Microsoft page. Where is it? Yeah, this is it here. Actually, I have registered for that exam. Oh, this is not it. Where is the other one? This should be, yeah, it should be this one. So I've actually registered for the exam. See, I have an appointment set for this exam already, which I may actually have to reschedule if I've not covered the topics entirely before post. I want to cover the most important topics in Power BI before proceeding to write this exam. So it says here in Power BI, so there's no prior experience required. You learn how to import, clean, manipulate, and visualize data in Power BI. All critical skills for any aspiring data professional. So two hands-on exercises. You learn data analysis, best practices, and discover a world of Power BI functionalities, including data modeling, DAX, Power Query, and many others. You will also receive a 50% discount code for the Microsoft PL 300 certification after completing the track to help you. So there'll be a 50% discount code, but I've actually registered for the exam already. Probably if I have someone who has been consistent with me learning through this learning journey with me, I may actually offer that coupon code to one of you in the comment section. So I promise to offer that this code, this 50% discount to anyone that follows through and does exactly all I've been doing so far. I have to have so the criteria for that. I don't know that yet, but I actually have to give it to the person who is truly deserving of the coupon code. You must be following, you must be subscribed, and you probably have to make sure you do all the projects I've done and everything I'll be doing in this live stream to qualify for the coupon code. Just have to make sure you're consistent with me in the learning journey. You may be the lucky person because I've actually registered for the exam already. So having the coupon code, giving it to someone else is much more better since I have registered for that exam already. So without further ado, let's enroll. So we have 48 hours of learning to cover 17 courses over the next 100 days. I'm about to click this. 1, 2, go. Yeah, officially we are starting to learn Power BI. All right, you've joined the data analysis Power BI track. Start track. So we are starting officially. Let's start. You can see we have introduction to Power BI, which is 3 hours. Introduction to DAX. That's funny. From introduction to Power BI, then jump to DAX. But it doesn't really matter. We have data visualization in Power BI. We have case study analyzing customer churn in Power BI. Cool. So immediately after a couple of lessons, we start playing with data sets. Data preparation in Power BI and data transformation in Power. That is has to do with Power Query, maybe on pivot, transpose, append and join tables. Okay. Data modeling in Power BI, or this by a very important concept to know. We also have intermediate data modeling in Power BI. Cool. We have case study HR analytics in Power BI, DAX functions in Power BI, intermediate DAX in Power BI, exploratory data analysis in Power BI, trend analysis in Power BI, reports in Power BI, report design in Power BI, data connections in Power BI, deploying and maintaining assets in Power BI. Oh, so let's get started. Probably I need to launch my Power BI desktop. Let's see if I can launch that. Probably I'll need it. I don't know yet. But let's see. While that is launching in the background, we are starting track immediately. Let's start for the next 100 days. So introduction to Power BI. Let's see. Let's see, we have quite a lot to cover. So each chapter actually contains each chapter or each course in the track have 4 chapters. So let's get started. So just start right now. Let's learn. Let me just switch my okay.
Hi, I'm Yasin, and I'll be one of your instructors for this Introduction to Power BI course. We'll cover the basics of Power BI and have you making reports before you know it. Microsoft Power BI is a tool that helps organize and visualize data from different sources. It lets you connect to data, clean and structure it, create visualizations, and easily share your findings with others. Visually representing data lets people interpret and analyze data faster. For example, it's easier to find the most profitable year in a bar plot than scrolling through a spreadsheet. There are several tools for business intelligence, so why Power BI? According to Gartner, Power BI is the leading BI tool. Over 97% of Fortune 500 companies use Power BI. In total, Power BI has over 6 million customers. With so many companies around the world using Power BI, learning and mastering this BI tool can help you progress in your data-related career. Are you convinced yet? Let's learn more. Power BI Desktop is one of the main components of Power BI. It is a data analysis and report creation tool available on your local computer. It includes powerful features like the query editor, and it's free to download. In this course, we'll use Power BI Desktop. This course will use the free version of Power BI, but there is a paid version called Power BI Pro available.
Yeah, I actually have the full version of Power BI. This Power BI service here. So if I log into which is a web version of Power BI. So if you're looking for how to get this Power BI version, which contains the free version, which is the Power BI desktop, and the actual Power BI service, I have a link to the video on my YouTube channel. You can check it out, which is Office subscription. You see the video, get Power BI. There's a video on my channel that will show you how to get that for free, which is actually for free, which is legit and only present from Microsoft themselves for free. So no hidden charges. So you can check out the video. Let me see if my Power BI has finished loading. Oh, yep. Oh, it's still coming up. We have to load that again. If I go back here, quick one, let me download the slides. Download the slides, show slides. Let me download the slides for this chapter, which is download here. Yeah, so we've downloaded that. So I like to open it down and follow the instructor along. Let's
Power BI
continue.
Pro allows you to publish work on the Power BI cloud platform called Power BI Service. It also allows you to collaborate with other Power BI users. Even though we're using the free version, everything you learn in this course will be applicable to the paid version. The second main component is Power BI Service, the cloud version of Power BI. It can only be accessed with a Power BI Pro account. Reports can be edited in Power BI Service, but not to the full extent as desktop. Instead, the main purpose of Power BI Service is to share and distribute reports. You will commonly use Power BI Desktop to create a report and Power BI Service to share that report. Let's quickly review some key areas of the Power BI interface. Once a new Power BI Desktop window is opened, we will see the left side icons for the three views: Report, Data, and Model. You can change views by selecting any of the icons. The canvas area in the middle of the report view is where visualizations are created and arranged. In the Filters pane, you can filter data visualizations. In the Visualizations pane, you can add, change, or customize visualizations. Finally, the Data pane shows the available fields. You can drag these fields onto the canvas, the Filters pane, or the Visualizations pane to create or modify visualizations. In this chapter, we'll be using data from a fictional company called Wide World Importers, a wholesale novelty goods importer and distributor operating from San Francisco. Wide World Importers has made the data available to us in several files. These comprise the overall dataset, which often happens when handling real-life data. All sales information related to Wide World Importers is contained in the fact sales file. These are also called fact tables, as they contain events or facts related to company activity. We also have some files that contain dimension table data. These can be referred to identify more information about each transaction. For example, the dimension table, dim customer, holds the contact information for each customer. You can create relationships between tables through matching columns, so Power BI knows they are related. Let's load these fact and dimension tables and see what we can make.
Okay, so Microsoft Power BI is a business intelligence tool, but what can it actually do for us? Possible answers: clean and structure any data connected, connect a data source, create reports containing visualization, share findings and insights with colleagues. That's true. You can actually do all that. Absolutely. It says when opening a new Power BI desktop file, how many different views are available in Power BI desktop? That's theory. It says you're now presented with a demo video, after which you will be introduced to the virtual machine running Power BI. In this virtual machine, you have access to a dataset. If you prefer to download dataset, you can do that from the bottom of the course landing page. Let's get started. So I prefer to download dataset. Let me create a new folder for that. I'm here. I'm just trying to get things done and get it organized. It's actually very important to get it organized, because when the files start getting bigger, it start getting disorganized. So there should be a folder for the data sets. I'm trying to create a folder for the data set actually. Yeah, we are good to go. So if you prefer, you can have access to all it. You have access to all data sets. If you prefer to download the data sets, you can do that from the bottom of the course landing page. So we can do that there. So let's continue. Let's get started. If I go back to the page, let's go back to this page. I think we have the data sets somewhere here. These are data sets here. Course resources, navigation cheat sheets, DataCamp versus local experience, exercises and data sets. Okay. We have some files here that I can easily download. Interesting. Let me quickly download that somewhere here. Is the data sets. They provided the actual resources we needed to complete the course, exercises and data sets. I have Power BI desktop already on my system. So let's look for the data set somewhere. Oh, the data set has been downloaded. Oh, while that is downloading, we can just continue our lessons. That's cool.
Welcome to the world of Power BI Desktop. In this new desktop file, we're in the default report view for creating reports and visuals. The ribbon at the top has various options. Some are related to visuals, like the Insert ribbon. Others might be related to the data connections, like in the Modeling ribbon. Let's connect some data to our file. Under the Home ribbon, we'll click on the Get Data button. There are many options here, but we want to import a CSV. So let's select the Text CSV option. Let's open the file Fact Sale. This is a fact table on all the sales transactions at Wide World Importers. Once we select our file, we get a preview window. We can click Load, and now we have our data in Power BI. After loading the data, we can see the number of fields in the data pane. Let's have a look at the data view. We can see the raw data in our fact sale table more clearly and examine the values in each field. There is a new menu ribbon called Table Tools that allows us to interact with our data differently. One of the benefits of Power BI Desktop is that we can load data from more than one data source into our file. Let's try that from the data view. We click on the Home ribbon and then Get Data. Let's load a dimension table called Dim Employees. which is an Excel file this time. So we click on Excel Workbook. Dim Employees is a dimension table holding more information about the salesperson for each transaction. In the preview window, we will select the sheet in the Excel file we want to load, and then click Load. The new table is visible in the data pane. Clicking on the table name will update the data view to show us the raw data in this table. Let's explore the model view now. Here, we see the tables loaded into our file. Power BI has automatically created a relationship between them as it detected a common field in both tables, the salesperson key. We can delete a relationship by right-clicking on it and selecting Delete. To create it manually, we drag one field from one table to the other field in the table we want to join. It's time to create some visuals in the report view. Let's select a field called Total Excluding Tax from the data pane. Power BI automatically creates a bar chart. The field we selected was recognized as a numerical value and automatically added to the y-axis in the visualizations pane. We can move the bar chart and resize it easily by dragging it. This visual is rather plain. Let's bring in some data relating to the employees at Wide World Importers. With our chart visual selected, expand the dim employee table in the data pane. Click and drag the employee field to the x-axis section. Our bar graph now shows the sales each person has generated rather than the total sales, which is much more interesting. We can hover over the bar graph to get the bar values. Now, let's add a different visual, a card visualization with total sales excluding tax. Click on a blank area in the canvas and choose the card option in the visualizations pane. Select the total excluding tax field, which now appears in the field section for the visual. We can resize.
So if you are curious about what is happening here, the instructor is just trying to show us all what is possible that I can do within Power BI. This actual file that he actually loaded, a lot of calculation has been done, the data has been analyzed. So it's just telling you how the process of bringing a table, then actually doing the visualization. They've actually skipped the part where you have to do calculations, write DAX measures, and so on. Probably in the next lesson or as the course continue, you learn how to do this. We will learn how to do this ourselves. Just chipping that in.
Now we see the total value for all bars. It's interactive. If I click Lily Code's bar, the card shows me her total. I can unselect by clicking a blank area within the bar graph. We can easily adjust the visualization types after we have made them. The visual will change if I select the bar graph and click on a different visualization option in the pane, say a tree map. We can also add new pages using the section at the bottom of the file and click on the plus sign. We can also delete a page by clicking the X when we hover over it. Note that it's also possible to load an already existing report. We can do that by clicking on the File tab and then, in the Open menu, on Browse Reports. Navigate to the report we want to load and click on Open. Time for some practice.
Yep. Oh, my data set is still loading. Close to downloading. So software license agreement. In order to proceed with this exercise, you need to accept Power BI terms of service. I can't actually read that right now, but we just have to agree. So this is the virtual environment. So you can start reading the instruction while we prepare your exercise. So loading existing reports. So let's get it started. We provide you with your very own virtual machine running Power BI. It will take a few minutes to load, but it only needs to be set up once. Before you start loading data and creating visualization, it is important you know how to load existing reports. If at any point in the course you lose progress or get stuck, you can load the corresponding report to reinitialize. In this exercise, we will take a look at the reports you will be able to create by the end of this chapter. All reports used in this course are also available for download at the bottom right of the course page. Yeah, I think I'm actually downloading it. If you want them to open them locally. Okay, I think it has downloaded finish. I'll just look for it on my folder. Yep. Actually looking at it on my second screen here, so you can see that. I'll probably have to unzip it later. Next. So everything is prepared for you right here on DataCamp. Or if you prefer to take the course on your local version of Power BI, you can download, okay, you're not saying that. Or you can download the course materials here or on the course overview page. More information on how to take the course can be found in these sheets. I have that already. Next. So close the empty file. On the desktop, click on the exercise folder and open the report called 011. Okay. Once the report opens, make sure you are viewing the sales data page. Okay, it says close the empty reports. So I'm supposed to close this. On the desktop, click on exercise, close. So on this, I'm asked to click on exercise, which is this. Okay. So, quite interesting. Folder, open the report called 11. This is this. I'll click on open. Once the report opens, make sure you are viewing the sales data page. That's interesting. I can actually load it on my virtual machine also. It is loading. I just have to wait for it to finish loading. Cool. So once the report opens, make sure you are viewing the sales data page. The sales data page. Okay. Okay, I'm viewing the sales data page right now, which is this page. Okay, we're on track. So it's just a simple bar chart. Okay, let's click on next. So you can enlarge the Power BI interface by clicking on the full screen button in the bottom right corner or by zooming in. So on the full screen button, okay, this is the full screen button here. Or I can zoom in or I can zoom out to 100. That's interesting. Next, you can also make the canvas area bigger by expanding and collapsing the filters. Okay, the filter. Okay, I can close this pane. I can close the data pane here. That's quite interesting. What was the total profit for worldwide reports? Total profit is 9.92 million. How do I type that? 0.92 M. Let's submit that. That's simple. Awesome. See how easy it is to load the existing report. By the end of this chapter, you'll be able to create it from scratch. So that's the goal. Let's create it from scratch. So your first visualization. So time to start loading your own data. In this exercise, fat sales.csv has been loaded and there is already a bar chart with the quantity of items ever sold by wide world reporters, importers. This would be more meaningful if we segment the graph into years. Let's load another data file that contains that information. Note that you can use the undo button in the top left corner to undo any edits you made. Undo button in the top left corner. Oh, undo. Okay, we have it here. Undo. If you lost progress, close any open report and load from the exercise folder on the desktop. Okay. From the bottom left corner of the file, change the page you are viewing. Okay. From sales data to page 1. So change it to page 1. You can delete the sales data page as you will no longer use it. Not necessarily. You can leave it. Using the get data button, select text from the list and load dim dates. Okay, we want to get data. So get data CSV. We want to load data sets. From data sets. Oh, that's correct. Okay, from this folder here. Dim dates. We have it here open. So while that is loading next, in the model view, create a relationship between fat sales, invoice date key, and dims dates. Okay, we have it already, so I can move it along. So I don't need to transform it. We're not learning Power Query. I can just click on load. Load. You can see it is loading data to the model. It has loaded. You can see the dim dates here. Already loaded, you can see. So we have to go behind the scene. So in the model view, this is the model view here. This data view, okay, model view. We have our model view here. So we have our two tables right here. We have the fact table, which contains transaction records, fact sales. We have the dim table, which actually contains our categorical records. So it says in the model view, create a relationship between fact sales, invoice date key. This is it. These are primary key here. And dims dates, which is dims dates here. Dims date, which is this here. What's the problem? Okay, it's actually loading. So I want to create relationship. I can just drag it from here to here. That's it. Yes, what you can see. One to many. Relationship is correct. And we have one instance. We have unique record of dates here. We have multiple records of invoice dates here. Due to this is a sales data. Let's click on next. In the report view, select the existing bar chart and just select calendar year from dim dates in the data pane. In the report view, this is our report view. But select the existing bar charts. And it says what? Select the calendar year and then select calendar year from dim dates in the data pane. Calendar year from dim dates, calendar year, okay. Calendar year, you can see. This is it here. So our visual should change now. Oops, nope. Let me undo that. So I'm supposed to select this for that to work. Okay. Then calendar year. Aha, it has worked now. Make sure to use calendar year instead of calendar year label. Oh, there's calendar year and there's calendar year label. So I choose the right one. Next, in the Visualization pane, drag calendar year to x-axis rather than y-axis. Okay. So the calendar year, rather than it staying on y-axis, it says drag calendar year to x-axis rather than y-axis. So you have to make sure it's on the y-axis here. Our calendar year here should be on the y-axis. Interesting. Now we have an actual better view. So you can actually see it. You can see quantity sold per year. You can see 2015 had the highest sales, followed by 2014, 2013, and 2016. There was a drop in sales in 2016. If I click on next, so based on your resulting visualization, which statement is true? Quantity of items sold per year has decreased every year. No, it didn't decrease every year. Quantity of items sold per year has remained about the same throughout the year. No. Quantity of items sold per year has increased from 2013 to 2015. This is correct. Quantity of items sold per year has been increasing every year. So the third option is the correct answer. So let's submit that. Oh, that's correct. Quite straightforward. So add a card. They want us to add a card. Adding a card is quite simple. So let's add some more details to your report. So I can just drag my report here. So let's add some more details to your report. We already found the quantity of items sold per year. Now you want to know more about the profit made over the years. A card is a great choice because it's simple and adds some elegant interactivity. If you lost progress, close any open report and load one to add card from the exercise folder. I didn't lose any progress. So let's continue. The instruction says in the report view, select any visuals you have selected by clicking a blank area in the canvas. Okay, I've done that. So select profits field from the FAT sales. So if I go to the FAT sales here, select profit field, where is the profit field here? A bar chart will get created automatically. Okay, profits. This is it. We have a bar chart. Note that you can use the search function in the field pane to easily locate columns. Okay, that's correct. So choose the card visualization to change the bar chart into this. So the bar chart, you can see the card visual here. You can have the card visual here. Which is much more better. So our profits is here. Just playing around. So next. So you should now have a two visualization in your report. Arrange and resize them to your liking. So there is no overlap between the two visuals. Okay. Just something to play around with. So the card changes from 9.2 million to 2.0. The card doesn't change on display this. The card changes from 9.2 to, okay, this is the right answer. Oof, what did I do wrong? Do you find this feedback back? Okay. So it says select the year 2014. I didn't read the instruction pretty well. So select the year 2014. How does the profit card change? So I need to select the year 2014. The card change. So the card changed from 9.2 to 2.9. I didn't pay attention. So you need to actually read the instruction pretty well. So you won't do any mistake. But like 30 minutes into the live stream, we actually completed. Okay, let's look at this lesson. So we'll be stopping in the next 45 minutes when we actually get to the 45th minute of the lesson. So we're just doing a little bit of introduction, nothing too serious yet.
Now we're going to take a look at modifying the report from the last demo. One thing we can always do to an existing report is we can add additional fields. For example, in this bar chart we can add profit, so we can compare it with the total excluding tax field. There are now two bars and a legend here above to interpret the colors. Note that the numerical field has automatically been added under the y-axis section in the visualizations pane. It would be useful to analyze this plot based on location. In the data view, we can see the fact table has a field called city key. There's a dimension table called dim city that holds more information on this key. Let's open it as CSV and load it. In the data view, we see that it's what we're looking for because it contains information about location of the sale, including state and sales territory. In the model view, we see that Power BI has already recognized a relationship with city key between the fact table based on the column names. So there's nothing to do here. Back in the report, we select the slicer icon and the sales territory field. A slicer allows viewers to filter by region. By clicking on the bars in the bar chart, I can even select employees on top of it. Finally, let's try out a new visualization, the table. Remember, we have to select a blank spot as not to modify an existing visualization. The table icon is right here, and let's select a number of relevant fields to go into it, including invoice date key, employee, total excluding tax, tax rate, profit, city, and state. Let's rearrange things to look nicer. Our selections in the bar graph and slicers affect the table as well. We can add a title using a text box. We can customize the text and increase the font size so that it's a clear title. Finally, we should rename the page tab so that it matches the title. And now it's time for you to add to your report.
Okay. Okay, let's finish this part of the course. So let's continue building your last report. If you lost progress, close any open report and load OK from the exercise folder on the desktop. We have the fields quantity and profits. Okay, in our report, it would be interesting to analyze how each wide world importer's salesperson has contributed to the quantity of items sold and the profit generated. To do this, we will add a new dimension table and slicer. Okay, let's do that next. So load the Excel file, dim employee. So want to get another file, the data select Excel, it's an XLS file. So dim employee, or this it here. Let's load that real quick. That is loading up. You have to select it from here. You can see employee key. It has 3 columns: employee key, employee ID in the company, and the employee. Okay, it has more columns or more data to the right. So let's load that in. Let's click on load. So our employee data is loaded. If you check the pane, you can see we have a new table here called employee. Okay, get data option. So create a relationship between fact sales, salesperson key, and names employee key ID. You have to create a relationship. Go to data model and actually look for the table. You have to look for it here. Let's bring this to the middle. Let's create a star schema. Okay. So we want to create relationship between the employee table and the fact sales table. Between fact sales, salesperson key. It is this salesperson key here. This is it here. And dim employees employee key. So we just drag it from here like this. So we're actually linking the two tables. We're seeing one to many here also. So we've created the relationship. Go back to the report view. Next, in the report view, add a slicer. Oh, a slicer should be one of these here. Oh, this is a slicer. I have to select. So let's add a slicer. We have a slicer added already. Next, add the employee ID, employee field to the slicer. Okay, add the employee. Employee what? Okay, add the employee. Okay, the slicer. We've added the employee now to the slicer. So it now says then and change the slicer by going to the format section. Where is the format section? This is the format section here. Okay. You can then visualize the slicer settings. Slicer settings. The slider is selected. Okay, the format section in the visualization pane. Okay, while this is loading, hold up. I have to go to the format section here, which is the format section here. Okay, slider settings, and then I want to change it to what? Options, start and switch from vertical list to drop down. Okay, option vertical list to drop down. Oh, cool. That's interesting. So we have our. So what's the next instruction? I've done that. So using the slider you've just added, how much profit did salesperson Tad Shant generated for in 2014? Salesperson Shark Tank Basin for 2014. That is 2.9.35k. Answer format, it should be like this. After the answer like that, so the salesperson generated 295.334k. Oh, that's correct. Oh, we got that. So we're able to use the slider to filter our visual after creating the employees. So more columns. So worldwide importance sells two types of products, chilled and dry. So this is the record in the database because chilled products require a different kind of packaging. So to compare these product types, we add the quantity of products sold that are chilled or dry to the column chart. If you lost progress, close any. Okay, we didn't lose any progress. We are still on track. Select the quantity of items sold, column charts. Okay, we have to come to fact table, quantity of items sold. We have to scroll down, quantity of items sold. So this is the quantity of items sold here. So it's going to drop a column chart for that. Let's see. Okay. If you go back to our instruction now. So select total dry items and total chill items in the field pane. Select quantity of items sold, column chart. It now said select total dry lines, total dry items and total chiller items in the fields pane. Total dry items. Okay, this is it. Dry items Chilled items. Okay, I think we're on track. Next is, so question, based on the result, which statement is true about worldwide importers? Let's see. Quantity, total dry items, total chilled items. If I select this, total dry items, highlighted. Okay. It says chilled items take about 25% of the items sold every year. How do we know that? It seems like wide world importers only started selling chilled items in 2016. If you select 2016 here, chilled items, no, you can't. Let's even select 2013. There was chilled items was sold in total chilled items. Okay, most of the items worldwide importers have sold are chilled. Okay, let's look at the question again. Chilled items take up to about 25% of the items sold every year. If you select the year 2013, they have same. This is total quantity, total dry items, total chill, no. 2014, no. 2015, no. 2016, we can say our chilled items is just coming up. That's most of the. It seems like worldwide importers only started selling chilled items in 2016. You can see when I selected the year 2016, 2013, chilled items didn't come up in the graph, but in the year 2016, it came up. So this answer is actually correct. Yeah, that's the correct answer. So the three visuals were added: the quantity, total dry items, and total chill items. Okay, that's quite interesting. We're getting our hands dirty real quick and reading the data sets. So table, let's add a table to our report with the details of sales transaction. With the interactivity of Power BI, this will allow us to see examples of sales based on our selection. So we actually added a lot of stuff. Let me just arrange it a little bit well. I think I like my cards to be somewhere here. So we're just playing around based on introduction to Power BI to see how it works. I like my slicer to be somewhere here. Drop down like this, and the card will be somewhere here. Not necessarily, we're just arranging it by default. Okay, so let's do the last but not the least instruction and get it done. It says, let's add a table to our report with the details of sales transaction with the interactivity of Power BI. This will allow us to see examples of sales based on our selection. Let's continue. We select any selected visual, okay, and add a table. If you don't have space, you can make the bar chart smaller, so you can add a table at the bottom of the page. So let's add a table. So this is a matrix, so the goal is to add a table. Let's add a table. Our table is there. Okay, so add a dimension field, employee ID. So let's add a dimension field called employee ID. The table, we have it there. So it's still filtering based on what I have there. Maybe until I select the filter, then it should load everything. It's loaded all of them. Add the fast field. Add the fact field to the table. Description, quantity. Let's go to the fact field. Let me just search it here. Description. Let me add it there. We also to add quantity. Quantity. We have it there. You have to also add total including tax. Total including tax. This should be it. Yeah. This is the measure. And profits. The question of the profits. So next, add a text box to clearly title the sales report sales data. Add a text box. Okay, we've got a text box somewhere. I could just bring my report here and make it a little bit smaller. Doesn't matter, we are just playing around. Probably if I want to, let's add a text box. So our text box should be here. So have our text box already. What do you want to add there? I want to add sales data. Just add sales data. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Sales data and using the table total row. How much total including tax did Sophia eat in January 2016? So I have to make the total row. Okay. I have to find a way to move it. I can just move my sales data somewhere here. So let's leave that apart for now. That's not important. Let's try to answer the question here. So using the total row, let's see if we can grab that out. So if we filter to Sophia, let's filter down to Sophia. This Sophia here. So all the visuals should be interactive. So now filter down to 2016. So it says how much total including tax. Let's see. Total including tax, which is 309. That should be 309, 004.06. Let's submit that. Oh, that's correct. So we know that. So we're able to filter the slider, the bar chart to reflect what we wanted to see in our table. So forget about how the table was arranged. We have no choice just to go with it like that. Just click on continue. Data analysis in Power BI tracking. We've covered the first chapter in the introduction to Power BI.
Nice work so far. Hopefully, you're catching the Power BI bug. As a reminder, this course is the first in the Data Analyst in Power BI track that is offered by DataCamp and has been co-created with Microsoft. This interactive learning path has 18 courses with over 50 hours of Power BI material. No previous experience is required to start the track, and you'll learn how to use Power BI to import, clean, manipulate, and visualize data. This track has been co-created with Microsoft to help learners pass the official PL300 Microsoft Power BI Data Analyst exam. Courses included in the track cover the different skills required by a Power BI data analyst, including how to prepare data, model data, visualize and analyze data, and maintain and deploy assets. If you take and pass the exam, you'll be Microsoft certified, a great way to supercharge your data analyst career. And as an added bonus from DataCamp, if you complete the Data Analyst in Power BI track, you'll receive a 50% discount code for the Microsoft PL300 certification. Hopefully, you'll be even more motivated to complete the track. Now it's time to get back to some learning. Good luck.
Oh, I think we spent an hour today just trying to cover the basics. I'll do that later. Got it. So we've actually completed chapter 1. So on the next day, we'll start getting our hands dirty with Power Query. That's interesting. Let me just go back to the course page. So we've actually tried today covering 30%, which is an hour out of the 3 hours in the first in the first course in the track and the first chapter in the course. So thanks for staying to the end of the live stream. So if you found value in this video or in this live stream, do support the channel by hitting the subscribe button and put on the notification bell, and do well to support the channel by subscribing. And I'll see you in day 2 where we start getting our hands dirty. And if you want me to share the files with you, let me know in the comment section. I'll try and put that in the drive and drop the link under this day 1 so you can have access to the data files and practice along with me. I'll see you in day 2. Do have a wonderful day. Subscribe.